So last year, everyone wanted to know which AI tool to use. What's the best one out there? This year, I think it's the wrong question. I don't think there is one AI tool. Now, I will tell you at all times, I do believe that when we are working on this and we're looking at these solutions, I don't want you spending a lot of money and I don't want you spending a lot of financial in here. That's kind of what I do. Not a lot, but strategic. But I do want to give you an idea today of let's think a little differently. Let's think a little bit better because I'm going to be honest with you. Every AI tool is way different. It solves different problems, it solves different solutions. And today, what I want to do is kind of give you the seven best tools that I'm seeing for 2026, or at least the ones I am using right now. And that's kind of how I want to do that today. So I'm going to be honest. I test a lot of them. I probably have tested dozens every month playing along. I communicate with some of my fellow AI trainer friends, and we talk about this quite a bit. Now, I'll test new releases, I'll do beta products, and I'm going to tell you two things I want you to know about AI. One, it's the worst it's ever going to be right now. And two, it's going to change. Some of the things I am literally talking about right now will not be the answer, maybe even a couple months from now. That's why you want to find your favorite AI person, make sure you're paying attention to them and working for and with them. That's going along with that. So, uh, and I'll be honest, I'm not using any of these because they're popular. I'm using each one because they solve a specific job for what I do. So you're going to see that in here. So first one right off the bat, you are going to see in here is for me is ChatGPT, right? Everyone knows it. Everyone's out there. I use it for brainstorming. I use it in here to help write my ideas for the day. I use this for image creation. I use it really for my everyday assistant that I have working on my products, right? This is my brainstorming, my coaching, my workflows, my strategy. Even a lot of my project management right now is being done in ChatGPT. Some of those processes are out there, some of the automations I built in. Now, we're going to talk about that at the very end of this month, but I do think, ChatGPT is number one because those tools out there are just, um, it's just there. Now, there's other tools. I'm going to give you kind of a bonus tool, a tool 8 that I'm just starting to play with. And I won't say I was pushed into it, but I was definitely convinced to step into it. Maybe I was late starter. I don't really think so, but we'll talk about that one. Uh, But I'll be honest, I'm not when I'm using ChatGPT, I'm not asking it, just write me my newsletter. What I do is I take my YouTube script and I turn that into a LinkedIn post, a Facebook post, a newsletter, a blog, 5 shorts, SEO. I make sure my SEO content, I make sure I got the right call to actions. And even right now, what I'm doing, because ChatGPT is absolutely nailing this, is I'm building one-page lead magnets that are really pretty stellar and they work really, really well. So one input saves me hours of time in here, not to mention like the projects that I'm putting out there and all the custom GPTs that are available for us to use. This has changed everything for me. Now, I'm going to tell you, no matter what I tell you to do today, I always want you to make sure you have human intervention in these conversations because I want to make sure we always have the most accurate information. Now, that leads me to kind of item number 2, and that is Perplexity. Now, Perplexity is really good, right? Well, here's what I like about Perplexity. I'm gonna really keep this pretty simple. What I like about Perplexity is that when you do various things and you work inside of Perplexity, see if I can bring this up real quick. You're going to see in here, it has not all the models, but it has a lot of them. Now, you will have to pay for this. Again, I always want you to pay for one. I don't want you to pay for all, but I do want you to pay for one. Now, what I'm going to tell you with this is that's what I like about Perplexity. One, I think the research is better than most on any of these tools, and that includes even ChatGPT for me on this. I really do like this a lot. But I will tell you the other thing that I like is if I got certain niches, I can just start writing it and it will figure out what it thinks the best model is. And it's usually right. If I disagree, I'll change the model and I'll use what I need to do. So I can build a lot in here. What I like for realtors with Perplexity is if you do want to spend money on something, but you don't want to spend money on everything, this is probably that model. This is probably what works and makes sense for you in working inside of just a single tool. Um, it's great for getting that information in place. Now, the next one in here is going to be Google. It's going to be Gemini. It's going to be Gemini in a couple forms. So my 3 and 4 is Gemini based, Google AI. Google this year announced a lot of new AI products. They're really doubling down on AI. And I think Google is something to really be and pay attention to in the arena. Now, here's why I think this. One, they're spending their money and they have all our information pretty much anyways. Every search we've done, we're using their email and things like that. But I also think Google, I think they do it kind of right. They're very transparent about what they do. Now, one reason you may want to use Google AI, Gemini, is if you're integrated like I am, like I have Google Workspace, so all my business, all my stuff is being done from inside that platform, easier access to my drive. It just works, right? So that makes life nice. But the other thing that I really do like about Google is Gemini, is they have what are known as these gems, and you can build your own gem. And when you are building your own gem in place here, you are going to see that I can give it a name, I can give it instructions, and I can give it knowledge. And when I give it knowledge, I can upload files, I can add from my drive so it can stay up to date at all times. But I also can add my NotebookLM. And NotebookLM, I'm going to talk about here in a second, is stinking amazing for getting really good graphs being done, PowerPoint presentation with the most up-to-date information possible. And that makes it really nice for us to make sure that when I'm putting that in here. So the gem is these little bots that basically work for you. You give it the rules of the road and it will work for you. It can write emails for you. And I don't mean emails from here and you got to copy paste. When you're in your Google Gmail, it will literally write those emails for you and make life just that much easier for you in that regards. Um, for me, it's a really good secondary assistant. I'm still using ChatGPT primarily as that assistant, but I'm quickly transitioning over from a lot of things. Those gems are doing a lot in here because for me, my YouTube assistant, it already knows everything about me. It knows who my audience is, my current video styles that I like, my brand, my CTAs, all that stuff. It knows in here and makes that work for me in the brand. And that makes life really kind of nice to work in there. Now, I love gems. I'm playing with it more and more. They keep adding a little bit more power to it. To get the most out of it, you probably will have to upgrade again. A lot of things I'm telling you, you're going to have to pick one of these and pay for to get that done. Now, with that being said, NotebookLM. You can come in here and create notebooks. And these notebooks are just individually housed information. We'll put that one out there where I can put sources in here and move on to the information. So here I can come out here and I can add like RPR reports. I could add dynamic links that are updated all the time. So that information I'm pulling all the time is staying up to date. And now I can start asking it questions. I can start asking what I want to know about the area. As a brokerage, you could come in here and put all your policy and bylaws in here and make this accessible to your agents. And now they can ask those questions. Am I allowed to do this? Well, yeah, if they can't reach you as a managing broker, they can reach this and ask that in here. And again, if they have a gem tied to this notebook, they can even do things from there. You could also have market updates like I'm showing here, but you also can start creating things like an audio overview. So if you wanted to have a podcast while you're driving, you can listen to it, create a slide deck, do a video overview, mind map, reports, flashcards, quizzes, infographics, and data tables. There's more that you can add in here, more things will be starting to add more time. They're putting so much effort in here, but Notebook has definitely taken over for a lot of things that I do because I want to know I'm dealing with the most up-to-date information plausible. And that's where I love Gemini or Notebook LM. So the next one in place is Gamma. I like Gamma for a couple real big reasons. And Gamma, in case you are not aware, is basically a presentation tool that exists in there. And if I go back, I'll show you some of my other ones in place here in a second. But if I come in here, you will see that I got all these. Now, a lot of these up top are documents, and they just added that somewhat recently, where you can come in here and add a ton of documentation, like build docs, right? It's really good. But I also can come in here and build a PowerPoint presentation. And all I have to do is do the research, write the prompt, and now it builds me these really good, really strong presentations. Are visually very strong. You're going to see that it's fits most current presentation models. Um, if I don't want quite this much wording, I can control it. It will fit my brand colors. I can put this out here. But as I said earlier, one of the things that I really do like about this is I can come out here and I can now build documents too. And these documents are really powerful. And so what I do when I'm in place here is I will come in to I will come in here and I will work in ChatGPT. I will work in Gemini, Notebook, whatever, and I'll build all the content from there. And then I tell it to give it to me in a Gamma friendly format. And now it builds me a usable document that I can share. So think about this as a realtor. This could be your CMA presentation. This could be from a PowerPoint or a guide, and very customized and very tailored to your client, like a very personal touch that you can put this in here. The other thing that you can do with this is build lead magnets, right? You want to have the 5 things you must do to get your home ready. You can build that in here, and then now it's pretty and it's visual. I know that's where I like those kind of stuff because I'm graphically challenged in the bottom line. I'm not good at it, but this makes me good at it, and it saves me an oodles amount of time. The other one in place here that we have is Canva AI. Canva's been around for a while. They keep adding more and more AI in the conversation. So you will see that Canva can do this. And, they have the Magic AI, which is great. But what they also have in here is a lot of just AI components that are out there. And bear with me one second. So you will see in the screen here, you will see that I have the ability from here to do a lot. I have a Canva AI tool over on the left-hand side. I can tell you what I want to do, redesign design, make font size bigger. I can do whatever I want, and it will create it for me and it will grow it and make it cleaner, right? So one of the things I did is I went to ChatGPT. I had to give me a kind of a creation for my business card. And then I said, okay, great. Now I need to change some things. And I'm just working with the Canva AI and it will tell me what to do. You can see that I did some things the other day when I was showing this to someone else. It's a little bigger than I want. But you can see that I have laid it out and I can make these changes in place just by simply changing by typing the words. Also, they have a lot of other AI components in there. Like they got a magic layers. You could take a flat image and put it all into layers. You have in here some graphic images, or they're better. They weren't great to start with, but they're getting much better in place. And it's here ready to go. The other thing that it has in here, especially for some of the AI functionality, is I could build an image, let's say for a Facebook post, more of a landscape style image. I could then have AI automatically create me different images for different social media post sizes and be done. And it creates it for me into a little workbook, and I'm good to go. I could just give it basic instruction. It'll create it all for me. Canva AI is great. Again, I like it. I'm kind of using Gamma a little bit more right now, but I like Canva because it's a graphical tool, and it's really pretty solid from that perspective. So that's what I like on that. Now, we are going to next. I'm going to get out of here. Almost last but not least, one of the things that I want to show you in here is, well, I'm going to show you for me. But one of these I want to make sure you understand, my last tool would be your CRM AI tool. Almost every CRM out there is doing that. I'm using Google, or I'm using GoHighLevel, which I think is great. They just recently added an AI builder, so I can build web pages right now, and it will do it for me. I can have it research stuff and put it out there and build me just really powerful landing pages. I could have it change my CRM. I could actually have it do blogs, like all this stuff I can have it do right now, and it will be really good. But I'm going to tell you, I'll be honest with you, a lot of the stuff in GoHighLevel for me these days is not that stuff, because that's important and it's huge. But when I go to my GoHighLevel CRM, one of the things that I think is actually very useful in here is the fact that there's AI agents. So now I can create an AI chatbot. I can create an AI telephone caller. Do not encourage the caller. I do encourage the chatbot. But I also, when I need to create those workflows, it has an AI component. I can tell exactly what I want to do. It'll create it for me. Anything that I really want to have AI do to simplify my task, especially for something that I'm not good at, my CRM is doing it for me these days. Now, I still have to have that human intervention, and I still need to make sure that when I'm working on this, I am making sure it makes sense. It's reading right. It's doing all those that's out there. So those are the 7 tools that I am recommending right now. ChatGPT, we have ChatGPT, we have GoHighLevel, your CRM, Gamma, Gems, Notebook, Perplexity, and Canva. Those are the ones that are in. But I told you, I promised that there was going to be a bonus one in place. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's Claude. Everyone's talking about Claude. I will be honest with you. I won't say that I'm slow to the game, but I will say I just believe in working with what I got. But I have done some stuff in here lately in GoHighLevel, or in Claude, that I can't do anywhere else. And they do it so well. For instance, I'm building some projects for people right now, and one of the things I had to do is build a guide, a template, so to speak. And I did it from here. I can't show you this one because it's in place and it's private, but I came in here and built it from here, and it's the best I've seen. That the Claude design is killing it, but Claude itself is killing it, right? It does much better. It keeps everything internal. It has, I think, less hallucinations right now, and I'm quickly becoming a fan. I'm not ready to tell you my top 7, but it's my 7B and ready to take over on some other things. So again, those are my tools are in place. I really hope this worked for you. Don't chase 100 AI tools. Find the ones that make sense for you. 5 to 7, only pay for one. Don't work on things that create more work for you. Find the tools that are going to save you time, save you energy. Build those systems in place and move forward. If you are just getting started with AI, I have put together, and it's been up there the whole time, I have put together just like a little starter pack. And download it, take what you need from it. It'll be in the description as well, and you guys can easily utilize that whenever you want. Reach out to me, ask me questions, whatever you need to do, put in the comments. Also, tell me what tool you're using. What one should I be investigating right now that you think is saving you a ton of time? Hope you all like this. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, share with people. Please share with people. I hope this works well for you, and we will see you at the next video.